got a good crowd here. Let's start with Bettina. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the group, and then we'll just go on down the line.
Alright, well, my name is Bettina. I'm from Germany, and I'm studying and teaching at university around here, and in a month I'm going to leave for Japan because I'm studying and teaching Japanese and Japanese culture. So, yeah, that's my thing.
All right, Eric.
Hi, Eric Klein. I'm founder of the Can Do organization. We're a disaster relief organization, and I've been around since about 2004. I'm from Boston, and I live out in California now.
All right. Jim?
Hi, I'm Jim Gray. I'm a ham radio operator. I've been involved in computers and communications my whole life. I'm currently in charge of the local emergency communications for the city of Moreno Valley, which is just east of March Air Base, which is just east of Riverside, Southern California, 70 miles east of Los Angeles. And I'm, you can see all my ham radio gear behind me. And I've basically just got involved with Google Plus from the beginning. I think I had an invite from Robert Scoble.
I'm Michael Nast. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I run .TV Media Services. I've been a leader since '07 in internet broadcasting. I'm geeky in that way. I can't write code or anything like that. I'm a promoter and brander, and I came out of the automotive industry, 20 years in there, in marketing in there, and that's my expertise is getting attention to my clients and getting them the customers they want at the speed of light. That's my motto. Mohammed?
Hello. I'm a software engineer. I work in Ottawa. I'm from Ottawa, Canada. I'm a software engineer, and I am really involved in open source projects. So maybe you heard of me, or maybe not. But hello. I built some extensions that you guys know, like Facebook export extension, Facebook friend export extension, extended share, like Hangouts for games and stuff like that. I work for Research in Motion as well, BlackBerry.
About my screenwriting dream, but I'm a copywriter. And I write content mainly for websites, which I'm supposed to be doing right now. I have 2 different jobs I'm busy on. So I thought, I'll quickly get my Hangout fix and then be out of there. So I will probably go in a short while, but
I'm Robert Stewart. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and I'm in the car business. I'm in the automotive business. I have 2 car dealerships right here locally in Columbus, Ohio. We're about to open up the 3rd real soon, and I'm also in the social media business. I love social media. I love new things, and this is my first time on a Google Plus Hangout. So
We're gonna abuse you right now. Watch out.
Yeah.
go to it.
This is like my 1,000th Hangout so far, or 10,000. I don't know how many Hangouts I have.
I've seen too much yet. So you're to a point where you know you've seen too much to ever let go of it. So
You guys find the most interesting thing about these Google Hangouts so far? This is my first one, so I haven't really got a chance to experience any of it. What's going down? I mean, what are you guys? What's the help?
I'm a developer, so I'm in Hangouts to actually meet people like me, and basically I met many people who I'm interested in, and we're actually doing coding in Hangouts. For example, we're doing meetings on Hangouts to discuss new ideas for social media and stuff like that. New developing ideas. We code together on Hangouts at night sometimes. We're developing together. It's kind of fun, and we're meeting many new people. Like I met people that are really powerful, like are really popular online, and they're pretty cool to talk to. And it's you can't find this sort of communication in other social media, like for example Twitter or Facebook. You don't have that much engagement with them. Here you can actually talk to them. You can actually have like a one-to-one relationship with them, and you can know them. And I don't know, it's pretty awesome actually.
I find it interesting how many different things you can do in a Hangout. For example, I was in concerts of people. I was in Hangouts where somebody started bathing a duck in a tube. in the bathtub, and I watched the sunrise in Norway, and I talked to people from Guatemala, and stuff like this. I find it very interesting how many different things, different people you meet. Not just people you're maybe searching for, but people you never knew you wanted to search for, but then just meet and find totally awesome.
Yeah,
I would agree. The variety is a big thing. As a ham radio operator, I'm talking to people all over the world with something in common. Here, I'm meeting people with every known different background and subject matter and everything else.
The one thing that I found on it, I was just playing on it. Like I was telling everybody, 13 days ago, you would ask me what a Google Hangout was. I would not have had a clue. I would have had to Google it. But through playing around, it's completely changed my whole marketing concept because to me, it's the most, for whatever you're doing, you can be trying to publicize whatever. It's a traffic funnel from hell. Excuse the pun, but you have the GP Hangouts, which you can list interest, and when you do that, you draw people in your industry. I'm doing a promotion for a battle band rock for MTV, and there was a heavy metal hangout. I went in there and we signed 2 bands just like that, and it's I have, we've got compared to a Twitter follower, a Facebook like, anything, this is just like a Facebook like on 100 times steroids. And they already know you, so when they come to your e-commerce site, they're ready to do business with you because I've talked with the owner of this site. He's in my circle, and I can.
It's face to face.
Yes.
It's just you really talk to people. You get to know them, and it's not just an avatar or a like or something. It's actually somebody who says, I was interested in that.
And all the normal human fears are gone, because if I don't like you, all I got to do is click an X, and I eliminate, bye, you're gone. So having that control, there's no moderation in these hangouts. Nobody's a mod here. We can mute each other back and forth all day long. That's all you can do. And so it's like it's a park. It's like a public park. Everybody has the same access to it and has the same rights. No one, I think that helps. And then the ability for me I can just click on any one of y'all, and I can look at you close up, see what's behind you, look you right in the eye. You don't even know I'm looking you in the eye, and it allows me to develop a human level of trust. And I think this is a cutting edge sword, one for the good, e-commerce, friendships, learning languages, whatever you can use these for. But the flip side too, because the human condition hasn't experienced this lowering of fear to talk to people, it's the addiction and can lead to a lot of horrible things.
Pretty interesting. I've been intrigued by it since it came out, so I just finally got around to doing it. I wish I had done it a little sooner now. You guys seem like you're all way ahead of me, so I'm going to play catch up.
This is my first day too, so it's my first day too.
I mean,
you get the hang of things pretty quickly. I mean, in the beginning you're like a beginner, but after a few hangouts you feel like you have done it your whole time. That's another thing that I find very good about it, because it's so easy to learn, and yeah.
Well, for you new people in here, this is the best place for networking. Each day I spend on here, I make more relevant contacts in my industry than I did in the last year. So and people say, why are you on it all the time? Because when I'm not on it, I feel like, who am I missing? I mean, last 7 days a week, I was sitting here 7 days ago, last Sunday, and Michael Dell's talking about my pool behind me, and my son's sitting next to me, and I'm, just shooting the breeze with Michael Dell. And he's looking at my profile, finding out about me, and that's the way you make contacts in here. You just scroll under the image of a person, and you click right on their name, and then you immediately put them in circles or not circles, just depending on, and that way when you do come back on this median of a hangout, you can invite your circles and keep undesirables out and things like that.
Hey, have they done any kind of advertising on this yet? Have they done anything kind of promotions to this?
As to the hangouts?
Yeah.
You mean Google?
Yeah, have they done any kind of any kind of commercial or any kind of
They've done a little bit. If you go to if you just go to YouTube and Google Google Hangouts, there's a whole bunch of videos in there.
Right.
Don't you think the other platforms like Facebook and Twitter will eventually have the same thing?
That remains the big question, but the functionality would, I mean, just the interface with Google and the way they've got it set up, I mean, they're basically gonna have to copy this platform because I want to do this. This is a good reaction, and not for the y'all that are here the first time, but let's start with Bettina. How do you feel when you go back to your Facebook page now?
It's kind of dreadful, really, I have to say. I mean, I'm a Google user as for email and everything else, so I'm pretty used to Google, even before that. I mean, I never had a problem with Facebook before, I have to say. I moved from MySpace to Facebook, when everybody moved from MySpace to Facebook, apparently. And I never had a problem with it, but since I started Google+, I'm just barely at Facebook anymore, because every time I'm on there, I feel it's limiting in so many ways. And I have to be there because a lot of friends are still there, and basically what I do is I spend a minute or so looking through friends' posts, looking at if somebody sent me a message or something, and then I'm back away again, because it's not where my interests are anymore. I can spend hours on Google+, but I only spend like 5 minutes a day on Facebook right now.
Okay. How do you feel now when you go back to your Facebook page?
How do I feel when I go back to my Facebook page?
Yes.
Like, I got so used to Google Plus and how you can limit who sees what you post. Certain things you post, you can't. If you don't want certain people seeing it, and you add them to certain circles, and you do that, whereas if you post something to Facebook, everyone can see it. You have like no privacy. You have a lot more privacy on Google Plus, and it's pretty fun. I think Google Plus will be the top social network.
Jim?
Yeah, I find that I was never huge on Facebook. My wife got on it. She got all her friends and family and, 20,000 people going on and stuff. And I would go in there once a month or something and just, look around. And it was good for found the best man at our wedding who had moved out here within a couple miles of us, didn't even know it, So it was good for a couple of things like that. Ran across some old friends and stuff. But as far as social interaction, I don't know, it just wasn't. Ham radio is the original social network, I've been social networking since the 60s. So it just wasn't all ideal. However, I find myself totally addicted to Google+. I'm not sure why, and I'm enjoying the Hangouts more and more. Almost every day I'm in a Hangout of one type or another.